As usual, Fitri picked up Ghana at his house, calling out from the front yard. Bazit and Ghana stepped outside to greet her.
Hi, Fitri. Thanks for taking care of my little brother.
No problem. He's in good hands.
Hey, I'm not that weak.
Just fragile.
I am not.
Alright, be careful on your way to school.
Ghana reached up to kiss Bazit's cheeks. Bazit knelt down, letting him kiss her on the left cheek and then the right. They waved goodbye and started walking to school.
So, kissing cheeks is your thing, huh?
What do you mean? You've saw that so many times.
I only kiss my parents' hands before school.
I love to kiss mom, dad, and big sister Bazit on the cheeks. It shows how much I love them.
Ha ha ha, you sound like you are.
Suddenly, Fitri doubled over, coughing violently. She dropped to her knees, covering her mouth. Ghana rushed to her side, rubbing her back.
Fitri, are you okay?
Fitri struggled to catch her breath. When she finally looked at her hand, her expression turned to one of alarm.
Not good.
Ghana saw the blood on her hand and his eyes widened in fear. He screamed for help.
Help, help.
Concerned people began to gather around them.
Hey, what's happening?
Help me get Fitri home.
A few people rushed to pick up Fitri and hurried her to her house, with Ghana following close behind. When they arrived, they were met by Mutia, Fitri's mother, who was managing the convenience store.
What happened to my daughter?
We heard this boy screaming for help. She was coughing up blood.
Fitri suddenly fell to her knees and started coughing blood. Ma'am.
Quick, bring her inside. Someone, find my husband.
Right, Mr. Nakamura. I saw him in the other village.
Hurry, get him here.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, come with me. I need a bike.
Ghana and the others carried Fitri to her room and laid her on the bed. Mutia, looking panicked, fanned Fitri with a newspaper as she continued to cough.
What can I do, ma'am?
I don't know, I really don't know. I want to take her to the hospital, but I have to wait for her father. Fitri, please be well, my daughter, be well.
Everyone, let's give her some fresh air. Ma'am, if you need anything, some of us will wait at the end of the street.
Thank you.
Everyone left the house, including Ghana. Suddenly, he sprinted away, panic etched on his face. He raced back home, yelling Bazit's name over and over.
Big sister Fraga. Big sister Fraga.
Hearing his cries, Bazit quickly came outside.
Sweetheart, what's happening?
Please help Fitri. She was coughing blood while we were on our way to school.
Where is she now?
We took her to her house. Please, save her with your magic.
I don't know any healing magic.
Please, big sister Fraga.
Take me to her.
Ghana and Bazit rushed to Fitri's house, hurrying to her room where they met Mutia. Fitri lay there, writhing in pain, her skin marred with red spots forming blotchy patches.
Who are you? I'm Bazit, Ghana's sister. May I take a look at your daughter? Yes, what is happening to her?
Bazit examined Fitri, noting the sudden red spots across her skin.
Did she have these spots this morning? No, she didn't. I believe this might be measles. What? Measles? But how? Fitri is vaccinated. I don't know, but we need to get her to a hospital.
Mama, help me. My body is burning.
I'm here, my daughter, I'm here. Could you please bring some water? Yes, of course.
Mutia hurried to the kitchen. As soon as she left, Bazit quickly took out her handkerchief and used her magic to inscribe a rune. Fitri watched her through the haze of her pain.
What are you doing?
I'm writing a rune for you.
Is that magic?
Can you heal her, big sister Fraga?
No, this is a painkiller rune. I don't know any healing magic, sweetheart, I'm sorry.
Bazit quickly scribbled a rune on the handkerchief, but it failed, the rune shattered. Desperate, she turned to Fitri and drew the rune directly on her clothes, channeling all her mana to ensure it held. Her mana drained heavily, she stumbled back as the rune glowed softly.
I don't feel any pain anymore.
But the disease is still there.
Mutia returned with a glass of water, helping Fitri take a sip. Exhausted, Bazit leaned against the wall, struggling to catch her breath.
How do you feel, my daughter?
Much better, Mama.
From outside, they heard Nakamura's frantic voice calling for Fitri. He rushed into the room, eyes wide with worry.
Fitri, my daughter. What's happening to you?
Ghana said she was coughing blood, and look at her skin. Is it measles?
No way, she's been vaccinated. What's going on?
Suddenly, a man entered the room, interrupting their frantic conversation.
Sir, the pickup truck is here. Come on, we need to take her to Maidan.
Maidan? It's a 4-hour drive. We should go to the public health center first.
If we stop there, they won't be able to do much. They'll just send us to the hospital in Maidan anyway. We don't have time to make a stop.
Alright, where to?
Materna Hospital in Maidan. We need to move quickly.
Can I come?
Ghana, I appreciate your concern, but
I need Ghana by my side. Please let him come with us.
alright.
I'll go with him.
They all rushed to the pickup truck, Fitri lying in the back, her face pale and twisted in pain. The engine roared to life as the driver sped down the road, weaving through traffic with a sense of urgency. Mutia sat beside Fitri, tears streaming down her face as she tried to comfort her daughter. Ghana, sitting next to Fitri, clasped her trembling hand, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and helplessness. He could feel the heat radiating from her fevered body, and the sight of her contorted in agony tore at him. Bazit sat across from him, her face set in grim determination, but her eyes were haunted by worry. Fitri's breathing was shallow and erratic. She squeezed Ghana's hand. The drive felt endless, every second stretching into an eternity. Ghana's thoughts were a whirlwind of desperation and fear. The city of Maidan slowly came into view, but the sight offered little solace as they sped through the morning. As they reached Materna Hospital, the truck skidded to a stop, and a team of medics rushed to Fitri's side. Ghana and Bazit watched as Fitri was lifted onto a stretcher, her face a mask of exhaustion and pain. Fitri was quickly rushed into the emergency room. Ghana's legs felt like lead as he stumbled after them into the emergency room. The harsh fluorescent lights of the hospital lobby felt cold and impersonal against the backdrop of his emotional turmoil, as they waited for news. Every ticking second in the waiting room felt like an eternity. Ghana's thoughts raced, replaying every moment of the harrowing drive and Fitri's eyes. The sterile smell of the hospital, the distant sounds of medical equipment, and the worried faces of Nakamura and Mutia all blended into a blur of anxiety and dread. Bazit approached him, her face pale but determined.
Sweetheart, I've spoken to the nurse. They need to run some tests on your blood.
Why?
I'm just worried. Please, come with me.
Bazit gently guided Ghana away. Though he felt weak and disoriented, he complied. After the blood tests, he returned to his seat, awaiting the results. In the meantime, Ghana overheard a troubling conversation between Nakamura and Mutia.
How could the vaccine be fake? Are you saying the whole village isn't vaccinated?
I don't know.
It's not just measles, she also have dengue fever. I can't lose my little girl.
Mutia embraced Nakamura, trying to offer comfort in the midst of his despair.
Have you done Zuhur?
What good is praying going to do now? The doctor said it's too late. It is.
Ask for the best. Just ask for the best.
Mutia led Nakamura to the prayer room, their faces etched with desperation. Meanwhile, Ghana sneaks to the emergency room, desperately seeking Fitri.
Fitri.
Fitri's half-closed eyes met Ghana's, Her breath labored and her skin a deep, alarming red.
Ghana, my best friend. Come here.
Ghana rushed to her side, taking her hand gently.
You're a fighter. You've never backed down from a challenge before. You've always pushed yourself to the brink because you know you can win.
Fitri shook her head weakly.
I can't beat this with my karate, Ghana.
You're strong. You want to be the strongest fighter, so fight. Fight with everything you have.
You know, Ghana, after seeing your big sister, I thought maybe I'd like to be a magician instead.
Fitri's attempt at humor did little to comfort Ghana. He rested his head on her shoulder, tears streaming down his face.
Poor you. So weak and fragile.
You're my first friend in school. I'm happy you're with me. I'm happy we've spent time together.
I'm happy too, Ghana.
Please, fight for me.
Fitri managed a faint smile, her best friend's anguish palpable. Thanks to the rune, she was able to endure the pain, if only for a little while longer.
Our secret place, it's yours now, Ghana.
Stop talking like you're going somewhere far away.
Are you crying because you don't want to see me go, or because you're afraid of being alone?
Ghana's eyes widened. He didn't want to see Fitri in this state and he didn't want to be alone.
I want to play with you more. I want to explore the forest with you. I want to learn karate with you. You've never beaten me, so prove that you're strong.
Ghana's cries grew more intense. He leans towards Fitri's left and places a soft kiss on her left cheek. Ghana rests his head again on Fitri's shoulder.
Poor you, Ghana. You are so needy. I pray that you never feel alone, that you're surrounded by love.
He sobbed against her. Fitri tenderly stroked Ghana's hair as she prayed in her heart.
Oh God. Please don't judge him for his weaknesses. Love him for his efforts to be strong. Don't forsake him because he's fragile. Stay with him as he tries to find his strength. Thank you, God, for the moments I've shared with my best friend. I entrust him to your care. Until we meet again, Ghana. I am happy.
Time passed. And so did Fitri. The room fell silent except for the heart-wrenching cries of those who loved her. Nakamura and Mutia clutched their lifeless daughter, tears streaming down their faces. Fitri's final smile was bittersweet, tears still glistening on her cheeks. Ghana's wails echoed in the hallway, muffled only by Bazit's tight embrace. She held him close, her heart breaking at the sight of her little brother so devastated. She could barely imagine the depth of his sorrow if she or their parents were gone.
Sweetheart.
Bazit held a piece of paper with the test results confirming that Ghana wasn't infected by measles. He had been vaccinated. In the same hand, Bazit crumpled a paper and hid it from view. She looks exhausted as if she just used another magic spell or runic magic.